गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे पाश्चात देशतारिणे जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्री गोविंद दामोदर स्तोत्र की, श्री बिल्वा मंगल ठाकुर महाराज की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। परम सौभाग्य श्री गोविंद दामोदर स्तोत्र।
Hare Krishna. We are extremely fortunate that we are listening to the glories of the Govind Damodar Stotra and its author Shri Bilva Mangal Thakur. So previously you have heard how by the piety and chastity of his wife and by listening to the speech of Chintamani, Bilva Mangal Thakur became renunciate and he left everything and proceeded towards the forest. On the way, he found a hermitage and he met Sri Somgiri sage and he got the Diksha for Gopal Mantra, and for whole 1 year he took the shelter of his spiritual master and performed his devotional service along with the chanting of the holy names. By taking the shelter of the holy names with overwhelming tears, and because of that his heart was purified, he was renounced and detached from this material world and became attached to the Lord Sri Krishna. And then he started to move towards Vrindavan. So now from there we'll listen further. Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur was on his way from south to Vrindavan, and in his heart he had attachment towards the Lord and love towards the Lord. Therefore, he didn't used to see anybody in the material world. He just had a desire to just see the Lord. That was his consciousness. But we all should understand and learn one thing, whether the devotee is a neophyte or an exalted devotee, but the Lord tests them. So a neophyte devotee gets small tests, while exalted devotees get great tests. So now it was the time of his testing in his life. And as he was an exalted devotee, therefore his test also was very critical and difficult. So what we are going to listen is the test for by the Lord, and it is a lesson for all of us. So what is that lesson? That a devotee throughout his life should be cautious. We all are sadhakas, or we are all performing devotional service. So we always have to be cautious. And it is mentioned that if we lose our caution, then we might have an accident. So Bilvamangal Thakur was at a highest level. He was almost detached from this material world and had completely attached himself to the Lord. He never used to saw anyone but a little mistake in his life created a great trouble and distress in his life. So while he was moving and crossing so many villages and cities, etc., the people in the material world used to saw him and they tried to meet him, but as he was a complete renunciate, he used to avoid to see the people. So the people of the world started to appreciating him, that he is such a great renunciate celibate. He had so much detachment in his life, and when he was starting getting praises, he had rejected wealth, women, opulence, but he got stuck in this praise by the other people. Initially, he ignored all these people who used to praise him, but as people constantly used to praise him, appreciate him, so by listening to it constantly, he got little prideful. So, as I have mentioned earlier, that this was the test by the Lord, and this is a lesson for all of us. So, we need to learn our lesson from here. So, because he was constantly listening to the praises by the people, he became little. So, Narad Muni was in the Himalayas and he was attached to the Lord, and he was in the trance, and to break his trance, Devraj Indra sent Kamadev, and he came with all his associates, with beautiful celestial beings, and he made a very beautiful environment for him, but he failed, and he bowed down, and while he was returning back, so he said that I have just one last arrow, let me shoot that one. So before he left, he shoot the arrow of praise. So Narad Muni was protected by and was not affected by the women, but when Kamdev ji tried to praise him and Narad Muni, and he said that you are such a great renunciate that Shivji, after seeing me, was not lustful, but he became angry. But you have not been lusty, nor you have been angry. So Narad Muni opened his eyes and his trance was broken. So, although the Kamadev was not broken by the women, etc., but it was broken by the praise. So, that is the situation for all of us as well. We try to say that please don't praise me, but internally we appreciate when people praises, and if someone doesn't speak our praises, then we create a feeling of animosity towards them, that now they are no more dear to us. Or so Narad Muni got stuck in this arrow of the praise by people. When the people of the material world start praising you, then he became little proud that I am something special, and the we should not listen to the praises by the people of this material world, because it is the great reason for a great fall down. And the tongue doesn't have bone, so today they praise, but tomorrow they will refute us. So it is not what I am saying, it is according to Shukdev Goswami, the praise by the people of material universe is like the voices by cats and dogs. They are futile and useless. So rather than getting stuck in the praise, we should try to be humble and avoid the praises. So after listening this, we should try to change our behavior and imbibe this quality in our lives. So he tried to be a great renunciate, but the people destroyed his renunciation by the praise. So as Naradji got stuck in the praise, similarly Bilva Mangal Thakur also got stuck by the praise. So he was resting on the banks or wharf of the river, and a woman came to fetch some water and to take the holy dip in the water. So he was sitting under the tree, and there was a woman who came, and he tried to stop himself, but because of his previous contamination, he tried to avoid to see that woman, but unfortunately he saw her. And when you see a woman, then we should try not to see, or we should try to see something else. But Bilva Mangal Thakur didn't do that. So sometimes people of the world say that what will happen if we see, but that is the root cause of all the problems. Bilva Mangal Thakur had changed his vision from there. He could have been avoided a great accident or a fall down. So you have heard about Ajamil. By just vision, when he saw the association of a Shudra and a prostitute, he became the gravest sinner of all. So for practicing devotees like us, that is sadhan bhaktas, we should try to control our three senses. So we have multiple senses, but other senses can still be avoided, to control, not to control that much, but the three, that is tongue, ear, eye and ear, because they have the strength to make or create a havoc in our life and create a fall down for us. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the Chaitanya Chandra Uday's verse, and it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrut, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells this to Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya.
Bhagavan Jano Nishkincanasya Bhagavat भजनोन्मुखस्य पारं परं जिगमिषो भवसागरस्य सन्दर्शनं विषयिणा मथयोषितांश्च हा हन्त हन्त विषभ क्षणतोऽप्यसाधु। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु सार्वभौम भट्टाचार्य से
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, we should try to understand each and every word. So he's talking about three types of people. First is, the word is Nishkanchanasya. That means a person who wants to be a Nishkanch. That means that who has to perform devotional service devoid of any fruitive result or expectation from the Lord or the people of the world. So Nishkanchanasya means who wants to be completely detached from the fruitive work or devotion. And the second category, the one who wants to progress in his pure devotional service. In this category, we all fall because we are all the practitioners of devotional service. And the third category is Param, Param, Jigmisho. So, who want to cross this material ocean and reach the eternal abode of the Lord. So we require all of these three. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that a person who wants to be Nishkam, perform devotional service without any expectation, and the one who want to perform devotional service towards the Lord, and the third category who want to cross this material ocean and reach the eternal abode of the Lord, then they should avoid seeing people. What kind of people? The people who are entangled in this material world, and to see the women, for them it is like a poison. So to see a materialist or a woman, hant hant vishabha, it is like to drink poison. For what kind of people? First, who want a life of unexpected desire. So those who are want to be devoid of desire, the person who want to progress in devotional service and who want to cross the material ocean, they should avoid the association or seeing, not even association, but just seeing the materialist or people who are engrossed in sense gratification and women. So even by just seeing them, the devotee can have a fall down. Their consciousness could be contaminated. Mahaprabhu is saying, Hant, Hant. Hant means, oh, oh, that it is far more dangerous than the poison. Poison is far better than this because poison kills us in one go. But to see such people, so you need not to renounce yourself or detach yourself from your wife, but to see a woman who is not your wife and to see materialists is very dangerous. So it might look difficult for people who are constantly following Facebook, etc. But for the practitioners of devotional service, that is sadhak bhaktas, should always be very cautious and careful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further adds, he said that to see the women is still a bigger thing. But in the second thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Akar api. So even we should avoid to see the image or shape of a woman. Akar means shape. So, so forget about the women, but akarapi, that is the shape of women, also should not be seen. That means it's her image, her picture, etc., or a statue. We should be scared of that as well. Why? Yatha aher manasa. This, this, if the snake is in front of you, then you will be scared. But if someone gives you news that in the bedroom that you sleep, I have seen a snake in the morning, would you be able to sleep in that room? So if it's there, then also you will be worried. But even if it's not there, you still be worried and anxious, as the shape of snake can instill fear in us. Similarly, the shape of women should instill fear in us. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replies, says that if the woman is a devotee, so the young children who are in the devotional service are devotees. So they say that we talk to devotee girl and we roam around with devotee girl. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says that if the woman is a devotee, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I don't have that verse right now, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that you're right. If that woman or girl is serving the Lord Jagannath or devotee, then also, that is, even if she is a devotee, still, whether she serves Radha Krishna or Lord Jagannath, yet Kala Sarpakar, that still she is like a snake or death, because even a wooden woman can instill sense gratification in men. So, what about the real women? So, that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has alerted all of us, and all these pastimes are very instructional for us. So he thought that what is the harm in just seeing the women? She took the dip and she was getting dressed, and seeing her or observing her, his heart melted. For 60,000 years, Shobri Muni had performed austerity. We cannot sit for 60 hours, but Shobri Muni had inside the Gangaji, he sat and performed austerity for 60,000 years. But after that, he got this desire and he married not only to one wife but with 50 women. So he married 50 daughters of King Manadhata. So what does it implies? That after performing so much austerity, Still, he had this lust. It was not removed. Shobri performed austerity for 60,000 years, and Pururva Maharaj, who was the king in Treta Yuga, and when he saw Urvashi, he married her, and by enjoying her, the whole Treta Yuga came to an end. Oh, all the whole Satyuga ended and Treta started. So the whole Yuga passed, but yet his lust was not fulfilled or satiated. So sometimes people say that if you fulfill your desire, then you will get detached from it. But that's not the case. The lust is like a fire, and if you put some ghee, then it will burn like the fire. So if you feed your senses, then it will become more strong and the mind will be conditioned. So she started to go back to home, and Bilvamangal Thakur started following her. And that women realized that she is being followed, and she started walking fastly or steadily. And then she said that I, she reached home and she started to tell her husband. And in the meanwhile, she was telling that she was being followed. Then this Bilvamangal Thakur reached it. So this sadhu, this husband thought that he's such a great celibate. So he welcomed her and he said that you go and bring prasadam for him and fulfill all his desire. And in this manner, they served Bilvamangal Thakur. But that women said that this sadhu's vision is not right. So when Bilvamangal Thakur was being served, because it was a test by the Lord, then Bilvamangal Thakur realized his folly and he got this. He became regretful that what was I thinking? In the kitchen, the wife was telling repeatedly to her husband that he is not a sage or a sadhu. But the husband tells his wife beautifully that if a sadhu has the desire, still we should not try to see his folly. We should welcome him as the Lord himself. If the sadhu has greed, we should not see that he is greedy, but we should see Vamandev in him. And even if he becomes angry, then we should welcome him as Narsingadev. So, so, and it is very important for us to understand that the if we have taken a shelter of a spiritual master, then and if he finds our fault, then we should not we should not make or feel that he is our enemy. If he has desire from us, then we should understand that he is Vaman and we should put our wealth in him. And that is why our sages have said the greedy sannyasi should be welcomed as Vaman Dev. Because a sannyasi or a celibate is a celibate, a renunciate. So he was trying to appease his wife, and Bilvamangal Thakur was listening to this conversation. And after listening to that, his heart was transformed. And that woman came with water and food, and Bilvamangal said one thing to her. He said that, can you fulfill my desire? She said, yes, please. So he said that please bring two needles. He said, I just two the biggest needles you have, and I need two of them. So the wife thought that maybe he needs it for sewing, etc. So she bought the two needles, and Bilvamangal Thakur was thinking in his heart, because of this eyes, that is the root cause of all my distress. When I saw her, then only my heart got contaminated. I became lustful. When this woman bought these two needles, he bursted those needles in his eyes. She's the women started crying, and the husband came out, and so they saw that his eyes were destroyed, and his eyes had blood flowing from his both the eyes. So when so they said that if we have offended you in any way, please forgive us. So Bilvamangal Thakur says that it was not your fault, but it was my fault. It was the fault of my eyes, and because of that, I did such a grave sin. So it is the because of my vision that I got contaminated. So that is why I have removed them. So they said that we can call a Ved or a doctor to so that your eyes can be healed. But he said that is not required. So they said that okay, we will give you a stick too, so that you don't fall down to support yourself. This Bilvamangal Thakur replied that I don't even need a stick. Now I am totally surrendered to my Lord, Lord Sri Krishna. If he will protect me, then I'll be fine. Otherwise, I will accept that as well. So, by this pastime, three things are hence proved. First, during this pastime, through this pastime, the Lord has increased his fame, humility, and removed his pride. So sometimes there are some accidents in the life of devotee. So by this, the Lord wants to remove the envy or pride in us and to generate humility or instill humility in us. And the second is after this incident, he got this mood of separation from the Lord. This mellow of mellow of separation from the Lord manifested or appeared in his heart. And thirdly, it is proved that in the life of a devotee, lust, anger, greed may appear, but yet they are protected by the Lord. The Lord never lets his devotee fall down. And the fourth, which is from my point of view, is when Bilvamangal Thakur stopped seeing this material world, then he saw or had the darshan of Lord Jagannath. So now you will listen that the Lord Himself will manifest in front of his eyes. He could only see the Lord when he stopped seeing the material world. So in our life, full, we have filled our world and life with so much of material things by Facebook, social media, etc. That even if the Lord wants to manifest, so there is no place for him. You have left no place for him to manifest. You have contaminated yourself. So how can I come? Where will I stay? So if we want to see the Lord, then we need to remove this material world from our heart. The contamination and bad things from this material world should be removed from our heart. So Bilva Mangal Thakur stayed hungry for 3 days, and he was supposed to go to Vrindavan, and as he was now blind, he was just walking, and for 3 days he didn't had anything to eat. Then Radharani will send Lord Shri Krishna. We will listen tomorrow that you don't feel mercy that he is hungry since last 3 days and he is here coming to me, see Vrindavan, and if you don't save him, your name will be defamed. And Radharani sends Lord Shri Krishna, and we will listen to the pastime tomorrow in detail. So Bilva Mangal Thakur himself saw the Lord, and especially Radharani said that my glories have been sung by Pramodhanand Saraswati, etc. But my desire is that you should sing the glories of Lord Sri Krishna. You should mention his features, pastimes, etc. in detail. And Bilva Mangal Thakur sang the proclivities, the attributes, qualities, etc. of Lord Sri Krishna in detail in Govind Damodar Stotra. So, such a pious sage or saint has written this Gopal Damodar Stotra, and we all are listening to this. So, before we enter the Govind Damodar Katha, we should sing some verses from Govind Damodar Stotra and remember them, and then we will proceed further.
Jaya Jaya Navala Kishore Jaya Gopi Chitta Chora Prabhu Jaya Jaya Makhan Chor Jaya Jaya Makhan Chor श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की श्री गोविंद दामोदर स्तोत्र की श्री बिल्वा मंगल ठाकुर की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी पधारे हुए
Hare Krishna, I welcome all the attending devotees of the Shrimad Bhagavatam. I also would love to extend my warm welcome to the senior devotees of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, Iskcon. I also welcome all of you who have joined from all parts of the world through the medium of Facebook, Zoom, etc. So all the listeners, and in pursuit of pure loving devotional service towards the Lord, and in the memory of their mother, Vijay Krishna Mataji, the organizers of this beautiful Bhagavatam Katha, the Mukammala and Chaparala family, in which from Delaware, Nikunj Gopika Mataji, her brother Vineet Shalini, and Niharika, Harini, Hemant, Arushi, Vidhan. I welcome you all on the fourth day of this Bhagavatam Katha again, and please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Radhe Shyam. Srimad Bhagvat Govind Damodar Stotra.
पिछले 3 दिनों से
So since last 3 days,
कथा चल रही है।
we have been discussing
दिन है
this Govind Damodar Stotra, and today is the 4th day, and this
प्रभु के
proclivity
महामेहनत से
has been
राधा
able
गोविंद
to
गौशाला
be
में
performed by
गौ माता को भी सुनाई जा रही है।
the great effort of Amitaran
गौ
Prabhuji
माता इतनी
is being
प्रसन्न
told
हुई
to the Gaumatas
आज
or the
भारत
cows as well.
एकादशी है।
So the cows are so happy and satisfied
तो आज
that as
उत्पन्ना
in
एकादशी के दिन
Bharat it is
एक
Utpanna
बहुत सुंदर
Ekadashi, and they
बछड़ी
were
का
so
जन्म
happy
हुआ।
that a beautiful she calf has been born.
अमित नारायण प्रभु ने
Amit Narayan
जैसे
Prabhu,
ही गौ माता ने एक सुंदर सी बछड़ी को जन्म दिया
as soon as
तो वो
this
हमें खुश खबर
she calf
सुनाते हैं।
was
उन्होंने
born,
हमें खबर
he
सुनाई
called and gave us
और
this
जब
great
व्यासपीठ पर
news.
बैठा
And when I
तो उन्होंने
sat
और
on
एक
the
खबर
Vyaspit,
सुनाई
then he gave another great
कि
news
निकुंज गोपिका माता के
that
द्वारा
Nikunj Gopika
कथा आयोजित
Mataji,
है, कथा चल रही है
the Katha has been
और
organized
कथा
by
के
her,
दौरान आज उत्पन्ना
and
एकादशी के दिन
on this day of
एक
Utpanna
बछड़ी उत्पन्न
Ekadashi,
हुई है,
a she calf
एक
has been
बछड़ी का
born.
जन्म हुआ है। तो आज
So today,
निहारिका और हरिणी
Niharika
जैसे
and
अमेरिका में
Harini,
पेट रखते हैं या
as
घर पर कुत्ते रखते
in
हैं,
US people keep
लेकिन
dogs
इस
as
वर्ष
their
देखा
pets,
बेटी बहुत सुंदर
but
गोविंद
as
दामोदर
you've
स्तोत्र गा
seen,
रही
this
थी। गौ माता के
daughter has
प्रति
sang so
गौ
well,
माता के प्रति इनका बड़ा
and
भाव है
they have a
और
great
आज निहारिका और
emotion and love
हरिणी
towards them. So
उत्पन्ना
today,
एकादशी के दिन इस
Niharika and
कथा के
Harini,
दौरान
during
उत्पन्न
the
होने वाली
flow
बछड़ी
of
को
this Katha
अपनी
and
बहन बना रही है।
appearance
सो
or birth of
बहुत
this she
सुंदर
calf,
है।
they are adopting this
अब आज ही जन्म हुआ
calf.
है तो हमारे
So
पास समय
today
नहीं रहा,
is she
लेकिन
born.
इसी
So I
कथा
didn't
में
have time,
हम इनका नामकरण भी
but
करेंगे,
we will name
हम
her
स्वयं भी
during
दर्शन
this
करेंगे,
Katha,
आप सबको भी
and
दर्शन
we will
कराएंगे।
see her
आज
and
थोड़ा सा
make others
क्रिटिकल
also,
डे होता है ना,
all of you
धार्मिक
also
कर्म
see.
होता है उस दिन, थोड़ा सा
So, because today is a
देखभाल
critical day,
सत्कार करनी होती है।
so it needs
सो इसी
proper
कथा
care
के दौरान 2-3 दिन के अंतर्गत हम दर्शन करेंगे,
and rest. So
नामकरण
we
भी
will
करेंगे
see the
और इस
and
कथा
have
को
darshan of
सुनेंगे।
this she calf, and will name
सो
her,
पुनः
and we
एक
will
बार
celebrate this
धन्यवाद
festivity.
और
So again,
कांग्रेचुलेशन,
once more
शुभकामना
time,
इस
I
परिवार
want to
को
thank you
और
and
स्पेशली
congratulate you,
निहारिका और
especially
हरिणी
Niharika and
कि
Harini,
आपके घर
who
में
have welcomed
एक
a
नया सदस्य आया है, इसकी
sister. There
शुभकामनाएं।
is a new family member in your home.
श्री
So for
गोविंद
that,
दामोदर स्तोत्र के
congratulations.
6 श्लोक हम
So the
सब ने
6 verses
सुने
of
हैं।
Govind Damodar Srot we all
आइए
have heard so
7वें
far.
श्लोक के ऊपर
So
हम
now
कुछ
let's
दृष्टि करें। बहुत सुंदर
discuss
है।
the
ये
7th
श्लोक
verse.
का
It is a
प्रथम शब्द
beautiful verse. So the first
हमारा
word
प्रिय
of
शब्द
this
है, मतलब
verse
है आप लोगों का।
is the favorite word
आपको
of
कुछ अच्छा
all of
लगे
us.
या ना लगे, पलंग
So,
सबको अच्छा लगता है।
so
श्लोक का पहला शब्द है
whatever we don't
पर्यंग।
like or
पर्यंग
not,
माने
but
पलंग।
we all like bed.
आप दुनिया में
So
कहीं भी
Paryang
चले
means
जाओ,
the bed.
हमारा
So
तो
wherever
यही
you
है।
go in the world,
आप
it
स्विट्जरलैंड
is my
चले
own
जाओ,
experience,
यूरोप
whether
चले
you
जाओ, कहीं
travel
भी
to
कितनी
Switzerland,
भी अच्छी
Europe,
होटल में रहो,
no matter
कितनी भी
how
अच्छी सुविधाएं
great
हो,
the hotel
लेकिन
and the
5, 10,
services are,
15 दिन के बाद
but after 10, 15 days,
पलंग सबको
when
याद आता है।
everybody
बस
gets
अपने घर में
reminded
रहो,
or
अपने घर में
remember
रहो और हमारा
their
3 फुटा भी
own bed,
सही।
even if
उसका
that
कैसा
bed
है,
is not
हमारा पलंग
so
हमारा
great,
होता है, उस
but
पर जो
still it
शांति
is
की नींद
ours.
आती है,
And the peace that
वो
we
लाख
get on
लाखों
that bed,
घरों के
we
पलंग में नहीं आती है।
cannot get the
तो
same
बिल्वा
peace
मंगल ठाकुर
in
गोविंद दामोदर
an
स्तोत्र के
opulent bed.
इस
So,
7वें श्लोक में पर्यंग
Bilva
पलंग
Mangal
से
Thakur in the 7th
इसको
verse
प्रारंभ करते हैं। आइए भाव
starts
से
with
इसको
this
एक
word
बार करें।
bed or Paryang.
पर्यंकिका भाज मलं कुमारम् प्रसवापयन्त्यो अखिल गोपकन्यः जगुः प्रबन्धं स्वरताल बन्धं जगुः प्रबन्धं स्वरताल बन्धं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। श्री बिल्वामंगल ठाकुर कहते हैं कि
Bilvamangal Thakur says that Paryankika Bhajam. So, Govind TV has such a great picture. This boy is from an opulent family. He is not thin. So, in this manner, Paryankika Bhajam. So, that Bhajam means the sleeping one. So, Paryankaka means the bed. So, on the bed, the sleeping Kumara, Alam Kumaram. That is, Alam means small, Kumar means child. So, on the bed is sleeping a small child. And we are not talking about one gopi. Akhil Gop Kanya means all the gopis of Raja. So all these gopis, when they used to put their children to sleep on the bed, then very beautifully they used to sing. So the word, it's very clear here. So on the bed, sleeping. So they're small kids. When they used to put them to bed, Paraswapayanta means they tried to make them to sleep. They did wanted to sleep, but the mother
करती थी और अपने बच्चों को नन्हे नन्हे बच्चों को सुलाने
so
का
they used to try to make them to sleep. And how they used to do it? Akhila Gopakanya.
बच्चों को पलंग पर सुलाने का प्रयास करती थी। कैसे? जगुहु गाकर, क्या गाकर? प्रबद्धम, प्रबंधम माने पद को।
They used to sing pad. So all these gopis used to sing the pad. And which pad they used to sing?
दर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। गोविंद, दामोदर, माधव, कृष्ण के ऐसे नामों को का उच्चारण करके
they used to recite the names of the Lord Shri Krishna, and by speaking them, they tried to put their kids to sleep on their beds. But what is the difference between these denizens of Braja and us? So in the mothers of this world put their kids to sleep, but they put them to sleep by scaring them.
सो जाने तो बिल्ली आएगी, और फिर माई कहते मियाओ मियाओ।
They hear them with the voice of the cat. So since childhood, they scare them with cats. So if a mother puts the children to sleep by scaring them with cats or cows or dogs, then how will the kids will become courageous when they grow up? He will not be courageous. Any child's attribute is either he should be courageous, charitable. We should make them courageous, not to scare them with cows, cats, and dogs, and some scare them with a sage or baba. And then the child, when he grows up, he doesn't associate with the sannyasi or celibate. So they scare them with the sannyasi or a celibate, a cat or a dog. But the great are the denizens of Vraja who put their young children to sleep on their beds. They used to sing beautifully the names of the Lord Govind, Damodar, Madhaveti. And by listening to such names, when the children used to go to sleep, they used to get the qualities of the Lord. When the thing, then we talk about courage or courageous. So we have spent a huge part of our life in Mumbai. So in Maharashtra, Shivaji is mentioned or addressed as a lion. So you might have heard about his history. He was considered to be the lion. It is said that that time Mughals were troubling the Indians, and nobody was able to face them. But Shivaji was born, and in the age of 16, he faced the Afzal Khan. Imagine a 16-year-old adolescent, and he somehow went there, and like Narsimha Dev, teared the tummy of Hiranyakashipu and teared away his intestine. Similarly, Shivaji did the same with Afzal Khan. He teared away his belly and took his intestines out. And when he used to go to the temple, of the goddess Bhavani, and she herself used to appear and give the sword to him, and used to say that you take this sword and you will always be victorious. And he never was defeated. He defeated so many great kings, etc. And if we go to his history, then how did he got this courage in his heart? So when he was a small child, his mother, Jijabai, when she used to put him to sleep, she used to share the pastimes of Ram and Krishna. She didn't used to scare her child with cat, dog, or renunciate.
સાંભળે રે શિવા રામ લક્ષ્મણની વાત રે શિવા રામ લક્ષ્મણની વાત પેટમાં પોઢીન સાંભળે રે શિવા રામ લક્ષ્મણની વાત રે હે શિવા રામ લક્ષ્મણની વાત માતાજીને મૂકજે દીથી ઉડી એની ઊંઘ છે દીધી શિવાજીને નીંદ નો આવે માતા જીજાબાઈ ઝુલાવે આભમાં ઉગેલ ચાંદલો ને જીજાબાઈ ને આવ્યા બાળ રે જીજાબાઈ ને આવ્યા બાળ बहुत सुंदर भजन है कि जब
There
शिवाजी
is a beautiful version when Shivaji was a small child. And when he was unable to sleep at night, at that time, Shiva used to hear the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna and Ram by his mother. And the child who listens to the proclivities of Rama and Krishna, the, when he becomes adult, he becomes either a devotee or renunciate or courageous. A kid who watches cartoons will become a cartoon. So the kids should have etiquette and sanskar. So I left one word specially for you guys. So these gopis, while putting their children to sleep, they used to sing the glories of the Lord and how they used to sing. So if you see the third word of the second line of this verse,
स्वरताल बंधम, कैसे गाती थी? जगु प्रबंधम स्वरताल बंधम गोविंद दामो दर माधवेति। कहते हैं जगुहु
so it
प्रबंधम,
is said that they used to sing the Govind Damodar Madhaveti. How? Swar Tal Bandham. So you should sing the lullaby to your kids, but we should sing, but we should sing them in melody. So whatever we sing, if we break down that, then there is vocal that we sing, but to support that, first is swar, that is the by instrument, and the second is tal, like tabla or mridanga, etc. So people who don't sing in melody are considered as demons. So all the demons doesn't have, so the demons doesn't have horns on their head. So people who don't sing in melody are considered to be demons or asur. So these gopis used to sing in melody. So we should also try to sing in melody. So some people who don't sing properly, then the head, you get headache. So we should try to sing in melody. And the second thing is tal. So who doesn't sing in tal is called betal. So earlier we used to have a serial named Vikram Betal. So this ghost used to embrace Vikramaditya. So we used to call him Betal. Vikram was the king and this Betal was the ghost. So Betal is still existing and existent. So those who don't sing in Tal are Betal. Today's world, the mothers, the gopis used to sing in great melody and tunes. But today's mother don't have tune nor melody. And what they sing while putting their sins to sleep. The kid thinks that rather than listening to her, let me sleep. Some mother are in such illusion that our kid sleeps instantly when I sing. They're scared, that's why they sleep.
उससे अच्छा है कि इसकी शुरू हो उसके पहले मैं सो जाऊं, कम से कम नींद अच्छी आएगी, सुबह फ्रेश तो हो जाऊंगा। कुछ माताओं को बिल्कुल भ्रम ही होता है कि मैं इतना अच्छा लोरी
Some mothers have this illusion that I sing such a great lullaby that he doesn't sleep because of this lullaby, but because of the fear of that lullaby. We should sing to the kids. It's said beautifully. We should sing properly in melody. And when we sing in the melody, then it gives pleasure to the listeners and the speaker. Otherwise, legend will cry that why this person is singing. So when the bhajan is on a melodious person, the bhajan becomes happy and satisfied. And if it comes to this person who is not non-melodious, then it suffers. So in this way, the gopis of Raja, while putting their kids to sleep, they used to sing Govind Damodar and put them to sleep. So the next is very beautiful verse. He is remembering Balramji. Bilvamangal Thakur recites,
Manujam vi Shanake lilolam Gopi grahitva Navanita golam Abalakamba Lakamaju Hava Govinda Damo Dharmadhaveti. रामानुजम वीक्षण केली लोलम. यहाँ पर बिल्वामंगल ठाकुर,
it is said here by Bilvamangal Thakur, he is not directly referring to Krishna, but he is referring him indirectly through the medium of Balram. So the younger brother of Balram, in the past time, Balramji is elder to Krishna, but if we see in the element form, then Krishna is greater than Balramji. So the younger brother of Balramji, Vikshan Keli Lolam. Keli means he used to play. And what they used to play? Vikshan Keli. Aksh means eyes, and Viksha means hide and seek. So all these games are no more prevalent. But when we were kids, we used to play it a lot. We used to blindfold each other and we used to catch each other. So Ram Anujam, Vikshan Keli Lolam, the younger brother of Balramji used to be very busy while playing hide and seek, and he used to enjoy it a lot. So one time, Yashoda Maya sent the gopi to call them both to eat. So they were so busy with playing, and they enjoy it that much that they forget to eat. So the gopis came to call him for the meal or food. Krishna didn't even looked at this gopi. So second, third, and fourth also came,
ये
but
वैसे ही
Krishna
है
was
जैसे
not
हम
listening.
और आप
It is
रोज
similar to
मंगला
what
आरती करते हैं,
we
महामंत्र जाप करते
do
हैं,
the
हरि
Mangla
नाम
Aarti
गाते हैं,
and
लेकिन
chant
फिर
the
भी
holy names of
कृष्ण
the Lord,
हमारे सामने
but
देखते
yet
नहीं है।
Krishna doesn't look at us.
तो राम अनुजम वीक्षण केली लोलम, बलराम आदि सखाओं के साथ कृष्ण आंख मिचोनी खेल रहे थे। खेलने में इतना आनंद आ रहा था
So
कि
they were
अन्य
enjoying that
गोपियां
much
बुलाने
while playing
आई,
hide and seek that
लेकिन कृष्ण नहीं
numerous
आए।
gopis came to call him, but
जब
Krishna
सारी
didn't
गोपियों ने
look at
कहा
them.
मैया यशोदा
Then
कृष्ण हमारी
they
सुन
went
नहीं
back
रहे,
to Mother
मैया
Yashoda that
यशोदा
he is not
तब
listening,
यशोदा
he will
ने
not come.
सोचा कि क्यों नहीं
Then
आएगा,
Yashoda Maya said that why he will not
जरूर
come?
आएगा।
He will come.
अब जब यशोदा कृष्ण को बुलाने आई तो
When
कृष्ण
she
तुरंत आ
went,
गए।
then
क्यों?
Krishna immediately came.
अन्य
Why?
गोपी ने बुलाया तो नहीं आए,
When others
यशोदा
called,
बुलाई तो
he
तुरंत
didn't
कृष्ण
came.
आ गए।
But when
बिल्वा
Yashoda
मंगल
called, he
ठाकुर इसका
came
आंसर दे रहे
instantly.
हैं।
And Bilva Mangal Thakur is replying to that.
गोपी ग्रहितवा नवनीत गोलम। ये अन्य गोपियां आप
So
लोगों
these
की
other
जैसे
gopis
बुला रही थी, मतलब हम
were
लोगों की तरह,
addressing
तो खाली हाथ बुला रही थी,
the
कोरे
Lord,
कोरे।
but they came empty-handed.
गोपियां खाली हाथ बस ऐसे ही कृष्ण के पास आती और
So
कहती कृष्ण
they're
चलो,
coming
कृष्ण चलो।
empty-handed, and they used to call Krishna to
अरे भाई,
come.
जब हमको
But
कृष्ण को
when
बुलाना है
we want to
तो
call
कृष्ण के पास
him,
खाली हाथ नहीं जाना
then we
चाहिए।
should not go
कृष्ण
empty-handed.
की कोई प्रिय वस्तु
We should
लेकर हमें कृष्ण के
try
पास
to
जाना
take
चाहिए।
something that he
कृष्ण की
likes
कोई प्रिय वस्तु देकर हमें कृष्ण को
and
बुलाना
we
चाहिए।
should give it to him, and then we should call him.
अन्य गोपियां हमारी तरह खाली हाथ बुला रही हैं,
The
कृष्ण को
other
आए ना
gopis
देखें, लेकिन यशोदा
went
ने क्या किया?
empty-handed, but what
गोपी
Yashoda Rani
गृहीत्वा,
did,
यहाँ गोपी का अर्थ है
Gopi Grihitva
यशोदा गोपी।
means
गोपी माने
it
यशोदा।
specifies Yashoda
तो
Maya.
यशोदा ग्रहित्वा, ग्रहित्वा मतलब हाथ
Grihitva
लेके, हाथ में
means to
लेकर क्या
take
लेकर?
in her hand what?
नवनीत गोलम।
Navneet Golam.
नवनीत माने माखन,
Navneet means
गोलम माने
butter.
गोला।
The that is the
यशोदा
ball
मैया
of
जब कृष्ण
butter.
को बुलाने आई तो खाली हाथ नहीं, अपने हाथ
So
में
when she
माखन का
called
गोला
Krishna,
लेकर आई।
she didn't came empty-handed. She
और
came with
जैसे
her
ही
hands
यशोदा के हाथ
full
में
with the
माखन
ball
का
of
गोला
butter.
था,
And when
तो
Krishna
यशोदा ने
saw
बुलाया
the
कृष्णा,
butter, and
और
she
कृष्ण ने
called
यशोदा के हाथ
Krishna,
में माखन का
and
गोला
when
देखा
he saw her
तो उसको
hand,
फ्रीज में निकालने
butter
के
in
बाद
her
कुल्फी
hand,
पिघल जाती है ना, कुल्फी
then
पिघल जाती है ना, वैसे माखन को
Krishna
देख के
melted
कृष्ण
like the
पिघल
ice
जाते हैं।
cream. Krishna melts while seeing the butter.
सो उस माँ यशोदा के हाथ में
And when
वो
he
गोला
saw
देखकर
the butter
कृष्ण
in her hand,
पिघल गए।
Krishna melted straight away.
अब यहाँ पर प्रश्न भी होता है,
So there could be a question also here.
कृष्ण को माखन क्यों पसंद है?
Why Krishna
ये
likes
विचार
butter?
हमारे पूर्ववर्ती
This
आचार्य
has been discussed
राधा
by
गोविंद
our
गोस्वामी
previous
श्री डोंगरे जी ने
Acharya Sri Dongreji Maharaj
जिनका
has
मैं
said.
जहाँ तक हो सके उनका नाम मैं ले ही लेता हूँ, ये हमने
So
उनके मुख से
whatever
सुना
we
था।
get, I
श्री
give the
डोंगरे जी
credit.
महाराज
So I
कहते थे
heard it from his mouth.
कृष्ण को
He
माखन
used
बहुत
to
पसंद
say,
है।
Krishna loves
क्यों?
butter. Why?
क्योंकि कृष्ण
Because
सारग्रही है।
he is
और गाय का
Saragrehi,
सार क्या है?
and that
गाय
is,
का
he
सार
loves
क्या
the
है?
essence. So the
दूध का
essence
सार है माखन।
of milk is curd,
तो
and the
कृष्ण बड़ा
curd's
सारग्रही है,
essence is
इसलिए गाय का सार माने
butter.
दूध का सार माखन, इसलिए
So
माखन कृष्ण को
he
बहुत पसंद है।
loves butter because
इसलिए
of
जहां
that.
कहीं भी माखन होता है,
So
कोई
whenever
भी
he
जगह भी
sees
कृष्ण
butter,
चुराकर
whether
उसे ले
he
लेते हैं।
is given or not, he
क्यों?
steals it
क्योंकि
and takes it
माखन
away.
सार है।
Why? Because
ओके,
it is the
डोंगरे जी
essence.
महाराज कहते थे
Dongreji
जहां
Maharaj used
सार
to
वस्तु
say,
होती है ना, कृष्ण
wherever
उसे
there
अपना
is
लेते हैं, उसे चुरा तक लेते हैं।
essence, he
जहां
will
सार
take
होता
it,
है,
he will
ठीक
steal
उसी
it as
प्रकार
well.
इस दुनिया में
Similarly,
जो
in this
योगी,
world,
जो भक्त
a devotee
शास्त्रों का सार पकड़ते
who
हैं, जो
gets the
योगी
essence of the
शास्त्रों का सार
scriptures
अपने जीवन में उतारते हैं।
and imbibe it in their life,
शास्त्रों का सार क्या है? शास्त्र
what
में
is
तो
the
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, कर्म कांड,
essence
ध्यान कांड,
of
उपासना
scripture? So
कांड,
there are so
न
many
जाने कितने
things,
कांड हैं,
karma kand, upasana
लेकिन
kand,
सभी
etc.
शास्त्रों
in the
का
Vedic
सार क्या
scriptures.
है?
But what
हरि
is the
नाम।
essence of
हरे
all these
कृष्णा
scriptures
हरे
is
कृष्णा
Harinam.
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तो शास्त्र का सार है हरि नाम।
The conclusion or essence of scriptures is
गाय का सार दूध, दूध का सार माखन, तो माखन जहां पे
chanting.
होगा कृष्ण
So
उसे अपना
Krishna
लेगा।
loves the
और जो
conclusion or
शास्त्र
essence.
का
So
सार महामंत्र को अपने जीवन में उतारते
and
हैं,
those who
कृष्ण
imbibe
उस
this
भक्त को भी
essence
अपना
of
लेता
the
है,
scriptures
उस
by
भक्त को भी
chanting the holy
स्वीकार
names,
कर लेता है।
he accepts those devotees of the
इसलिए
Lord.
हमें ज्यादा शास्त्र
Therefore,
के श्लोक और उसमें न
we
जाकर
should not
शास्त्र के सार को पकड़ना, महामंत्र को
go into deep
जाप करना,
reading
स्मरण
of
करना
all the
चाहिए।
scriptures, etc. But we
तो
should chant
रामा
carefully
लखन
because
विभीषण
that is the
खेली
essence
लोलम,
of all the scriptures.
राम के छोटे भाई कृष्ण सखाओं के साथ खेल रहे थे,
So
अन्य लोगों को
Balramji's
दिखाई पड़
younger
नहीं रहे
brother
थे,
was playing with
लेकिन
his friends
गोकुल
hide and
धाम
seek,
का नवनीत
and he
गोलम,
didn't came
लेकिन माँ
with
यशोदा
when he was addressed or
माखन का
called by other
पेड़ा
gopis.
लेकर जब आई
But when Mother Yashoda
और
came with
आबालकम
the ball of butter
के
in her
गीत
hands,
गाकर माँ यशोदा
then
ने
and in
अपने
midst of
बालकम
all these kids,
बालकम आजुहाव,
Balakam
आबालकम शब्द के
Ajuava
बीच में
means
जाकर
in
बालकम
midst of
आजुहाव
all
ने
these
अपने बालक
kids,
को पुकारा।
she called her
सो हाथ में
son.
माखन लेकर माँ यशोदा ने
So
कृष्ण
with
को
butter
कैसे
in her
पुकारा?
hands, how did she call Krishna?
गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति आबालकम्बा लकमाजुहाव, आबालकम्बा लकमाजुहाव, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। इस प्रकार माँ यशोदा ने हे
In this manner, she addressed him as Govind Damodar Madhav. And the essence of this verse is that the butter and the chanting of the holy names, the Krishna accepts that devotee and the butter, and he gives their darshan auspiciousness to that devotee.
अब अगले श्लोक में
In the next verse,
श्री बिल्वा मंगल ठाकुर
Bilvamangal Thakur describes
कि जो
beautifully
लोग
that
इस
people
गोविंद दामोदर
who
माधव
res-
कृष्ण के इन नामों को अपने
res-
जीवा से उच्चारण करते हैं,
recite these names of the Lord,
उनकी
Govind
जीवा
Damodar Madhav,
कैसी
so
सुशोभित होती है।
how their tongue is
माने वो
decorated.
जीवा बहुत सुशोभित होती है
So their
जो
tongue
अपनी
is
जीवा से
decorated.
गोविंद दामोदर
If they
माधवेति
sing
इस
or
प्रकार
recite
से भगवान
the
के
names
नामों को
of the
उच्चारण
names of
करते
the
हैं,
Lord, that is Govind
लेकिन
Damodar
वो जीवा
Madhaveti.
कैसी सुशोभित होती है
But
और
how
उसको
does it
भगवान का नाम
decorates
किस प्रकार से लेना
and
होता है,
how
इस
we
9वें
should
श्लोक में
speak is
श्री बिल्वा
mentioned
मंगल
in the
ठाकुर वर्णन
9th
करते हैं।
verse. Bilva Mangal Thakur describes here in this verse.
चित्रवर्णा भरणाभिरामे भिदेहि वक्त्रा भुजहारजन्सि सदा मदीये रसने ग्ररंगे, सदा मदीये रसने ग्ररंगे, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। हे गोविंद, हे दामोदर, हे माधव इति, इस प्रकार।
So in the calling Govind Madhav or Damodar in this manner, the tongue that recites such name, how does it decorates
तो जीवहा
or is
जो
glorious?
पहली लाइन है ना,
So the
उसमें
first
वो
line,
जीवहा की शोभा का वर्णन करते हैं।
the beauty of the tongue is
उसकी जीवा
described.
बहुत सुंदर और सुशोभित लगती है,
So the tongue is bedecked or looks beautiful, who sings the glories of Damodar, Govind, Madhav. So first word here is Vichitra. So a devotee who recites the names of the Lord and his attributes or qualities, his tongue is decorated Vichitra. So there are two meanings of Vichitra. First is beautiful, Sundar, and the second is great or magnificent. So their tongue is magnificent and beautiful. The tongue that sings the glories of the Lord. So if we want to decorate our tongue, then through this speech, we should recite the names of the Lord. Further, he adds Varna Abharan. Varna means word, Abharan means jewelry or jewels. So the names of this Krishna, Govind, Damodar, Madhav, what are they? Varna Abharan. So they are the jewels of the words. So whatever word you speak, but when you add the names of the Lord, then it becomes bedecked with jewels, because the names of Krishna are the jewels of the words. Sri Admani have said Vedrasi that a person who doesn't describe the names of the Lord or qualities of the Lord, then it is no more better than trash. But if someone doesn't write well, but he speaks the glories of the Lord, then he is appreciated by great people as well.
कृष्ण के ये नाम
So
शब्द
the names of the Lord are the jewels of the words of vocabulary. So by reciting these names, we should improve those words. So the next word is Abhirama. Abhiram means to convince. So they convince others. So these names make others agreeable. So if they don't even convince others, but at least the names of the Lord, at least convince the Lord that this person is good and he deserves my love and my abode. And further he adds Abhidehi Arthva. That means with meaning. So Govind, Damodar, Madhav are the meaning of the words. So the conclusion of our speech and use is to sing the names of the Lord. Whatever we speak, if we don't speak the names of the Lord, then it is not getting used properly. The Lord has given us this speech to sing the glories of the Lord, to chant the names of the Lord. And if we don't do that, then Abhidehi's opposite is Vyarth, that is, it becomes useless. So the names of Krishna, Vaktrambu, Rajhansi. Vaktra means mouth, Ambu means lotus. So the names of the Krishna are like a beautiful swan on the beautiful face of the lake. So sometimes in the lake Mansarovar, there are swans that sit on the lotus and they look so beautiful. Similarly, if we speak the glories of the Lord through our speech, our mouth, then we will look beautiful as the swan sitting on the lotus. So these words, Govind, Damodar, Madhaveti, are like Rajahans or great beautiful swans. In this manner, a devotee who recites the names of the Lord, their speech gets magnificent and beautified. So, what are the glories? It becomes beautiful and magnificent. Second, Varna Abharan, the names of the Lord are the jewels of our speech. Abhirame means the names of the Lord convince the Lord. Fourth is Abhidehi, the actual use of the vocabulary is the names of Krishna. And the fifth is Vaktra Ambuj Rajhansi. The names of the Lord are decorated on our mouth. But how should we sing the names of the Lord? That also we need to understand. So it is better to chant the glories of the name. But if you want to make it more beautiful and magnificent, then Bilva Mangal Thakur puts here 4 points that we need to remember. So we all, under the shelter of the holy names, and in Kali Yuga, that is the only way to attain the Lord. So first he has discussed the glories of the holy names of the Lord. Now how we should recite them, he describes in the second line. So we should understand these 4 points. So while we sing the glories of the Lord or chant the holy names of the Lord, we should remember these 4 points. First of all, when we take the name of the Lord, the first point is, the first word is Sada.
ये गोविंद दामोदर माधव कृष्ण महामंत्र कैसे लेना चाहिए?
So how should we take the glory, chant the holy names of the Lord? Sada, that means we should do it constantly. But for us, when we are in a great mood, we will do 1632 or 64 rounds. But when we don't have mood, then we will not even look at the chanting beads. So if we work according to our whims and fancy, whether we enjoy or not, but we should chant the holy names of the Lord constantly, Sada. This word is very important here. Even in Bhagvatam is said Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. In Bhagvat Gita, Krishna says Satatam Kirtan Yantomam. Satat means constantly. You should remember or sing my glories. The first is Sada, and second point is Mat Iye. Mat means mine, Ye, that is Govind, Damodar, Madhav. So these names of the Lord are in the mood of Madhurya Rasa or mellow. So Govind is the fundamental name of the Lord. Damodar is name according to his pastime, and Madhav, he is the husband of Lakshmi or Srimati Radharani. That is why he is called as Madhav. So he says that these names of the Lord. And third point is Rasane. It is very important. So we should chant the holy names of the Lord Rasane. Sada, constantly. Madiye, and the third is Rasne. We should take the holy names of the Lord with our tongue. Sometimes people say that you chant the names of the Lord. In the beats, we meditate in our heart. So what you do in your heart, even the Lord knows very well. Sometimes people say that this, why do we need to do it outwardly? We can chant the holy names in our heart. So we can just say that you should eat also in your heart. You should work also in your heart. You sleep in your heart. You do everything in your heart. You do everything practically. But when it's about to chant the holy names of the Lord, then you say that you, we chant them in our heart. So Bilvamangal Thakur is presenting such subtle topics here and presenting it to us that the glories of the name are innumerous. It decorates the vocabulary, but we have to take it constantly. Madhya means we need to speak these three names: Govind, Damodar, Madhaveti, and third is Rasane with our tongue. If we have him in our heart is good, but we are the practitioners, we are sadhakas, so we should sing the glories of the Lord or chant the holy names with our tongue. And when we recite his names with our tongue, then our tongue gets controlled. You should remember that. When our tongue is controlled, everything else will be taken care of as well. Of all the 10 senses, Thakur Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Tara Madhya, that all these 10 senses are like that. But the tongue is the most dangerous of all. And how is the tongue? It is greedy. And it has eaten 1 hour back. But still we are planning what we will cook in the evening. Lobhumai Shudurmati. So, and it can destroy the whole humanity. So, if that tongue is used in the service of the Lord by chanting or eating the prasadam, then it will be controlled. And lastly, he says a very important thing: the names of the Lord will bedeck us, but how are we going to take it? Sada, that is constantly, and we need to take chant these names of the Lord. And third, we have to take it with our tongue. And fifth, he says, Ang Agrange. So when we sing, we don't even contemplate on these words. Agrarange. Agra means forward, and Agrarange means Sarva Pratham, that is foremost or on priority basis. So we need to chant the holy names of the Lord on priority. So we do the chanting after finishing all our work, and then if we get some spare time, then we will chant the holy names of the Lord. That is our situation. Once we are done with all our work, then we chant the holy names. So it will not revolutionize us. And if we want a revolution, if we want to attain something, then Agra Ange. In our life, all our work, the first priority should be on the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And that is the meter to test our stage in bhakti. That where do we keep the names of the Lord in our life? The more we keep it on priority, then we will be great and exalted devotee. And if we keep it down, then we will be in the back or down stage of bhakti. So Bilvamangal Thakur is telling us the principle that we should constantly sing the glories of the name. We should sing these names with our tongue and on priority basis.
गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। अब यहाँ तक 9 श्लोक हुए। अब 10वें श्लोक में
We have discussed 9 verses so far. So in the 10th verse, Bilvamangal Thakur is going to share a secret with us. So his secret is, which is confidential. So it is very important for all the devotees to understand. So what is that confidential thing? Bilvamangal Thakur says, we will listen to that, but after a small information. So we'll share some information, and after that we will continue the 10th verse, the confidential knowledge of this verse, we will share it.
कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। बहुत ही सुंदर यह जो दामोदर श्रोतम श्रवण करा रहे हैं, उसके अंतर्गत कुछ श्लोकों को आपने आज यहाँ पर इस फर्स्ट हाफ में हमें रसास्वादन कराया कि कैसे व्यक्ति को अपनी जीवन की प्रायोरिटी सेट करनी चाहिए, जिससे कि क्या होता है कि वह पता चले कि वह उनके जीवन में क्या पहली चीज है ना, खासकर उन भक्तों के लिए जो भगवान को या भगवान की सेवा या भगवान को प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, भगवान की प्रेम भक्ति प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए विशेष उनकी प्रायोरिटी सेट होती हैं। सो द फर्स्ट जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि हम भक्तों के लिए प्राय उनके लिए अन्य कार्य जो प्रायोरिटीज हम उसको देते हैं और लास्ट में भक्ति को रखते हैं, परंतु जो एक्चुअल भक्त हैं, जो भगवान की भक्ति को ही सर्वश्रेष्ठ मानते हैं, उनको अपने जीवन का एकमात्र आधार मानते हैं, वे भगवान के नाम को या भगवान के कीर्तन को सर्वप्रथम माने हुए हैं। सो बहुत सुंदर कुछ 7 से लेकर 9 श्लोक आई गेस प्रभु जी ने यहाँ पर आज हमें श्रवण आस्वादन कराए। सो ऐसा लग रहा है आज चतुर्थ दिवस है, तो और मुझे लगता है इसमें 2-3 कथाएं और जाएंगी जब तक हम इस संपूर्ण स्तोत्रम को कंप्लीट कर सके। बट एनीवेज, जिस भाव के साथ में और जिस फ्लो के साथ में हम यहाँ पर इस गोविंद दामोदर स्तोत्रम को श्रवण कर रहे हैं, वास्तव में इसी से बहुत ही आनंद की प्राप्ति होती है, क्योंकि जो हर एक शब्द के ऊपर आप ठहराव लेते हैं और उसको अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, जिससे कि हम सब उसको समझ सकें और उन श्लोकों को किस प्रकार से जीवन में उतारना चाहिए प्रैक्टिकल भी। तो ये बहुत सुंदर एक कृपा है भगवान की, या यूं कहें माँ सरस्वती की आप पर, जिससे कि हम सब कृतार्थ हो रहे हैं इस कथा के माध्यम से। सो थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी। और बहुत ही सुंदर, जैसे आज प्रभु जी ने बताया अभी कुछ क्षण पहले कि आज ही के दिन बहुत ही सुंदर इस उत्पन्ना एकादशी के अंतर्गत दोपहर के समय में हमारे गौशाला में एक बेबी काफ का जन्म हुआ, और जन्म लेते ही हमारे ये जो यजमान परिवार है उन्होंने अपनी उत्सुकता दिखाई और उसको उनको अडॉप्ट करने के लिए हमारी विशेष ने जो निहारिका माता जी हैं और हरिणी माता जी हैं, इन दोनों का बड़ा भाव और प्रेम रहा है गौ माता के प्रति, और देखते ही उनको एक अपनापन सा फील हुआ, एंड देन दे थॉट ऑफ हैविंग दैट इन देयर फैमिली। थैंक यू सो मच माता जी फॉर दिस वंडरफुल सेवा। ये यूं कहें कि ये हमारी कथा में एक एकादशी प्रसाद प्राप्त हुआ है हमारे परिवार में, ये गौ माता के द्वारा। तो थैंक यू सो मच माता जी फॉर टेकिंग दिस वंडरफुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ टेकिंग केयर ऑफ दिस वन ऑफ द न्यू बॉर्न काफ इन आवर फैमिली। और बहुत ही सुंदर हम यहाँ पर इस कथा में रसपान कर रहे हैं भागवतम के अनेक श्लोकों के माध्यम से, इस दामोदर श्रोतम के उन श्लोकों के माध्यम से। सो हम बड़े ही ऋणी हैं इस परिवार के कि यह सुंदर कार्यक्रम का यहाँ पर उन्होंने भागवतम के प्रति अपना प्रेम प्रकट किया और बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर सहयोग किया, जिससे कि हम सब इस कथा को श्रवण कर पा रहे हैं। बहुत ही सुंदर ये पर्व चल रहा है जहाँ पर हम गोविंद दामोदर स्त्रोत्रम श्रवण कर रहे हैं, और इसके पश्चात शेष दिन के बाद, कुछ दिन के बाद, 10 दिन पूर्व बहुत ही सुंदर आने वाले 4 दिसंबर को आई गेस वी हैव गीता मैराथन, जो गीता जयंती यानी ये सुंदर एकादशी भी आती है, जिस दिन भगवत गीता भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को कुरुक्षेत्र के उस रणांगण में कही, और अर्जुन को माध्यम बनाते हुए हम सबको भगवान ने इस ग्रंथ को दिया। और वह गीता जयंती आने वाली 4 तारीख को आ रही है, और उसी के उपलक्ष्य में हमारे जो भक्तगण हैं, जो इस्कॉन के भक्तगण हैं विशेष, उस भगवत गीता का प्रचार जगह जगह स्थान स्थान पर जाकर करते हैं और उसको वितरण करने का प्रयास करते हैं। सो हम भी यहाँ पर श्री राधा गोविंद गोस्वामी के बिहाफ में भी प्रतिवर्ष की भांति इस वर्ष भी हमने यह एक संकल्प किया है कि हम कम से कम 5000 भगवत गीता को वितरण करें। सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टेकन अप, एक चैलेंज है हमारे लिए भी कि किस प्रकार भगवत गीता का वितरण करें, और श्री प्रभुपाद के इस मिशन में हम भी अपना एक कंट्रीब्यूशन करें। सो आने वाली 1 दिसंबर से ये मैराथन, कुछ भक्त तो ऐसे इतने उत्साही होते हैं इस किताब को लेकर कि वे अभी से इसको प्रारंभ कर देते हैं। 10 दिन पहले प्रारंभ करते हैं और 10 दिन बाद एंड करते हैं, यानी 50 days कंटिन्यूस दे गो आउट स्ट्रीट टू स्ट्रीट, हाउस टू हाउस और स्कूल टू स्कूल, इस प्रकार विजिट कर भगवद गीता का वितरण करते हैं। सो हमारा भी बड़ा सौभाग्य है कि हम सबको भी अवसर प्राप्त हुआ है कि हम भी इस प्रकार भगवद गीता का वितरण करें और श्रील प्रभुपाद की कृपा को एवं भगवान श्री कृष्ण की कृपा को प्राप्त करें। सो आप सब भी हमारे साथ में इस भगीरथ कार्य में जुड़ सकते हैं। यहाँ पर हम सब एकत्रित होकर ये मैराथन मंथ को सेलिब्रेट करने जा रहे हैं, और आने वाली 1 दिसंबर से लेकर 31 दिसंबर तक we all will distribute Bhagavad Gita on behalf of all, आप सभी भक्तों के बिहाफ में हम सब विलेज में तथा प्रिजन्स में और हॉस्पिटल्स में, स्कूल्स में, ऑर्फनेज में, इन स्थानों पर जाकर इस प्रकार की भगवद गीता का वितरण करने जा रहे हैं। सो यदि आप भी इसमें हमारे साथ में जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज आप बीइंग विदाउट हेजिटेट हमें अप्रोच कीजिएगा, क्योंकि जैसे हमने बताया कि यह ग्रंथ कोई साधारण ग्रंथ नहीं है। इसे प्राप्त करने के पश्चात व्यक्ति कभी भी भगवान श्री कृष्ण को स्वीकार कर सकता है और भक्ति मार्ग से जुड़ सकता है। सो हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि है कि ये हम गीता का वितरण करें और गीता लोगों में बांटे, जिससे कि वे भगवान श्री कृष्ण के समीप आ सके, यह दिव्य ज्ञान को वे भी सुने समझे और अपने आप को भगवान श्री कृष्ण को शरणागत करें। सो जैसे कि हम देख रहे हैं कि भगवत गीता का ये जो 18वां अध्याय है, जहाँ पर स्वयं श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन को कहते हुए ये घोषणा करते हैं कि ये इदम परमं गुह्यम मद भक्ति विदास्यति भक्तिमयी पराकृत्वम मामे वेश्यति संशयम्। जो भी व्यक्ति इस प्रकार ये भगवत गीता का दान लोगों में करता है या फिर इस मैसेज को लोगों तक पहुंचाता है, वह व्यक्ति से अधिक मुझे और कोई प्रिय नहीं है। तो स्वयं भगवान के ये कथन है और भगवान के इस कथन को हम सबको शिरोधार्य करना चाहिए। हम सब बीइंग अ डिवोटी, कहीं ना कहीं किसी न किसी भक्त के माध्यम से हम भी यहाँ पर इस कृष्ण भावनामृत आंदोलन में जुड़े हैं और भक्त के संपर्क में आने से या इस प्रकार किताब प्राप्त होने से ये सुंदर अवसर हमें प्राप्त हुआ है कि हम आज भगवत गीता या भागवत कथा में बैठे हैं। तो अभी ना हमारे लिए एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि हम भी इस प्रकार ग्रंथों का वितरण करें और भगवान की उस अनुकंपा कृपा को प्राप्त करें। सो यदि आप सब हमारे साथ में इस मिशन में जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो आप सबसे अनुरोध है, कृपया आप इस नंबर को नोट कर लीजिए जो कि यहाँ पर इस येलो लिफलेट में दिया गया है, विच इज 7567545555 एंड +201 2150913। इन दोनों नंबर के माध्यम से आप हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं इफ यू विश टू बी विथ अस इन दिस मैग्नेनिमस वर्क। तो आप सब इसमें आवकार्य हैं, आप सबका स्वागत है। यदि आप भी हमारे साथ में जुड़कर इस गीता में आप अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन करना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज आप अपनी यथानुशक्ति इसमें अपना एक कंट्रीब्यूशन लगा सकते हैं। इफ यू विश यू कैन डोनेट 100 भगवत गीता, इफ यू विश टू डोनेट 1000 भगवत गीता, वॉट एवर यू कैन। आप सबको इस कार्य में जुड़ना चाहिए और हम सबको एकत्रित होकर इस प्रकार श्री प्रभुपाद की कृपा को एवं भगवान श्री कृष्ण की कृपा को प्राप्त करना चाहिए। सो वंस अगेन थैंक यू सो मच। आइए निवेदन करते हैं श्रीमान लाल गोविंद जी से कि वह शेष कथा को श्रवण कराए। हरे कृष्ण।
अङ्कादिरूढम् शिशुगोपगूढम् अङ्कादिरूढम् शिशुगोपगूढम् स्तनं धयन्तं कमलेककान्तं सम्बोधयामास यशोदा सम्बोधयामास यशोदा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। श्री बिल्वामंगल ठाकुर
Sri Bilvamangal Thakur, in this 10th verse of Govind Damodar Stotra, requests Guddham, Ankadi Guddham, Shisho. So there is a beautiful rhyme or rhythm here. So first of all, we should discuss this word Guddham. Good means confidential or secretive. So the pastime of the Lord which we are listening, whose Govind Damodar Stotra we are listening, how is he? Guddham. He is very secretive and confidential. In Bhagvat Gita also Krishna tells Arjuna, Jnanam Hansa Vijnanam, whatever knowledge that I'm sharing with you is Rajavidya Rajaguyam. So it is very secretive knowledge. So Lord Shri Krishna is secretive, confidential. And what is his attribute? So Bilvamangal Thakur says, first of all, the secret is that Ank Adhirudham. Ank means lap, Aniruddha means to sit. So the first and foremost secret is that Lord Shri Krishna sits on the lap of Yashoda. You might say that what is the secret here? So the secret here is that the Lord who is sitting on the lap of the Lord, what is been told about him in the Vedas, and the essence of that is spoken by Dhruv Maharaj in the 4th canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam. He says, who is this Krishna? Kalpant. So in the one day of Brahmaji, there are 14 Manus, and there are 14 Manvantaras in one day of Lord Sri Brahma. And such Brahma lives for 100 years. And when his 100 years are completed, what does the Lord do? He, along with Brahma, he sustains everything in his stomach, and not just one, but he keeps millions and millions of such universes in his stomach. So, Kalpante, that is the end of the material, of the whatever we see, and such billions and billions of such material universes, he keeps them or sustained in his heart, in his stomach, and he sleeps peacefully. So the material universe cannot be sustained or put in our stomach, and after that, would we be able to sleep? So if we eat too much at night, then we cannot sleep. You have to take a medicine or you have to walk. So if we eat a little more, we are unable to sleep. We don't get proper sleep. But the glory of the Lord is that during the end of the millennia, he sustains all these universes in his stomach and he sleeps. And what is the secretive knowledge? So, the Lord who sustains all this material universe in his stomach is in is sleeping in the lap of Lord Shri Yashoda Maya. So don't understand that he is a ordinary person. So the one who sustains all these material universes in his belly is today sitting on the lap of Yashoda Maya. So this is the first secret. Now the second is Shishu Gopa. So Shishu means child, Gop means Gopal. That is, he is the son of a cowherd. Gop means cowherd, man, and Shishu is the son. So he is the son of Nand Maharaj. And what is the secret here? Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, this same Krishna tells Arjuna, Sarva Yonishu. So there are 84 lakh species. So if there is an elephant or a horse, so all these are species. So such there are 84 lakh species. But how was the first horse appeared? So Arjun asked, out of these 84 lakh species, so there are millions of living entities in them. So, but how all of it started? So, who was the first monkey, horse, etc.? So, there will be some model, and then only they can multiply further. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna replies, Sarva Yonisha Kaunteya, O son of Kaunti, all these species, that is Sarva Yonishu, and Martaya, that is in this material world, and I am the seed giving father for all of them. So I am the root of all these 84 lakh species. Therefore, the father of horse is him, is the father of elephant. Aham bija prada pita. That means I am the seed giving father and I am that. And in that same Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, he says, so he says that the father of the fathers and mothers, I am the one and only one. So, what is the secret? That the father of all the species or living entities, Lord Shri Krishna, is Lord Shri Krishna, and that Shri Krishna is Shishu Gopa Gudham. So, who is the father of all the living entities of 84 lakh species, and today he has manifested as the son of a cowherd man, Nand Baba. So this is the secretive or confidential knowledge. So the one who sustains millions of material universe in his stomach is sitting on the lap of Yashoda Maya, and the one who is the father of everyone, all the living entities, has manifested as the son of Nanda Baba. So third secret is the science has progressed so far, we all are aware and we all agree to that. But even today's science could not find when a mother is expecting, then how the milk appear in her bosom, how. So this arrangement is done just prior to her birth. They get this. So the doctor doesn't arrange this facility, but we cannot, nobody can judge that who arranges all this. So this is done by the Lord. And it is not about the humans, but also in the other species as well. So who arranges this? So even the mother doesn't knows that the whatever I am eating, how it will produce milk for my child. So nobody knows, neither the father, mother, or the doctor. So there are millions of mothers. How does their bosom gets filled with milk? It is done by the Lord. But what is the secret? That the Lord who arranges this milk in crores of mothers. And now today that Krishna is sitting here to get the milk from the bosom of his mother. So he says Tanam Dhayantam. That means who arranges the milk in millions of mothers. Today he himself is eager to drink the milk from the bosom of her mother, of his mother, and that is the secret. And further he adds Kamal Ek Kantam. Kamal means the lotus flower. Here it's Kamla, the one who is born from the lotus, that is Lakshmi ji, and Ek means Keval or only. So Lakshmi ji is only beloved. So the only beloved of Lakshmi ji is Lord Shri Krishna. So it means Lakshmi Kantam. That is the beloved of Lakshmi, or goddess of fortune. So the one who is the Lord of all the Lakshmi, or goddess of fortune. So Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita says, not only one but thousands of goddesses of fortune in the eternal abode of the Lord constantly serve the Lord. And because there are so many, they don't get opportunity to serve, so they stand in queue and wait when they will get an opportunity to serve the Lord. Bilva Mangal Thakur says, so the thousands of goddess of fortune stand in queue, and now today that Krishna has manifested as a cowherd and he grazes the cows and he is serving the cows. That is the secret. So such confidential Lord, Sambodhayamas, the Yashoda. with happiness, she addresses, that is, she addresses Yashoda. Yashoda Maya addresses him with love. And how she used to address him?
माधवेति संबोधयामा समुदायशोदा संबोधयामा समुदायशोदा गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति। आज रविवार है।
So today is Sunday. Ravi means sun. So today is Sunday. So they have kept beautiful name. Sun means sun. So the day of the sun, that is, so Ravi means sun and Var means day. So the sun emanates light, and light is equivalent to knowledge. So today is the day to get knowledge. So if we cross the time, don't get worried. I'm just discussing the next word because 11 is an auspicious figure. So we will conclude. We'll do this 11th verse in short.
तमन्त व्रजमात्मजं स्वं समं वयस्ये पशुपालबालेः प्रेम्णा यशोदा प्रजुहाव कृष्णं प्रेम्णा यशोदा प्रजुहाव कृष्णं गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। क्रीडन्तम, क्रीडंतम का अर्थ होता है,
so kridantam means while playing. So Lord Shri Krishna used to play, and where he used to play? Kridantam means to play, and where? Antar vrajam, that is inside vraja. Antar means inside and vrajam means vraja. So, and kridantam means to play. So he used to play inside vraja. And who is playing in the vraja? So it is said Atmajam Swam. That means Yashoda Maya's own son, Atmaj. So you should discuss this. Atmajam Swam. So we will try to understand these two words. Swam is for who? If you see below Swam, Premna Yashoda. So Yashoda Maya. So who is Krishna? How is Krishna related to Yashoda? He is Swayam means her, Atmaj means son. So he is the Swam Atmaj. So let's understand the meaning of Atmaj. What is this Atmaj? So Atma has many meanings. Sometimes it is the mind, body, and mind. Soul is also called Atma. But here it is referred to as body. And Ja means to be born. So Atmaj means the person who has taken birth from the body. So who is Krishna? Swa Atmaj of Yashoda. That means the one who was born from the body of Yashoda. So that is the meaning. So if I ask you that did Krishna was born from Yashoda's body, then who appeared from the body of Devaki? So we should understand the verse in this manner. So here straight away it is said that with love Yashoda called Krishna, and what did she thought he was, and was how was Krishna related to her? Swam Atmaj, that is the one who was born from her own body. So there might be a question: was Krishna the son of Mother Yashoda? Had he been born from her? And if he has taken the birth from her, then Devaki gave birth to whom? So if I link it to the Bhagavatam here, in Shrimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto, it is mentioned Nandatu Atmaj Utpan. There he is referred to as Nand Atmaj. So there could be a question. Atma means the body. So whether he was born from Nand or from Vasudev, but Shukdev ji refers to Krishna as Nand Atmaj. And here Bilva Mangal Thakur addresses as Yashoda's Atmaj. So they both have certified that Krishna has been born from the body of Nand Baba and Yashoda Maya. And in Mathura, who was born from the body of Vasudeva and Devaki, the Lord has appeared, but Lord Vishnu appeared there. And here in Braj, from the womb of Yashoda Maya, Lord Shri Krishna manifested as their son. So the point here is that so one is the Yuga avatar, as it is said in Gita, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So in the Dwapar millennia, it was the time for the Lord to manifest, and on the same time, Lord himself, Lord Shri Krishna, thought to provide or give love to the people. I have to go. So there was the time of Lord to come, and the same time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead also had the time to come. So Lord Vishnu also came, and Lord Shri Krishna himself also appeared or manifested. So Lord Vishnu manifested as the son of Devaki and Vasudevji's son. Lord Vishnu manifested as the son of Devaki and Vasudev, and Lord Shri Krishna manifested as the son of Yashoda and Nand. Therefore, Bilvamangal Thakur is saying that he is the son of Yashoda Maya, and Shukdev Goswami says Nanda too. That means definitely he is the son of Nand. So the pastime is not said in, is not sung in Bhagavatam, as he had short of time and he thought that people might not understand, so he cancelled it. But this pastime is mentioned by Jeev Goswami and Kavi Karnapur, and it is also mentioned in some of the Puranas. At the time the Lord appeared in the prison of Kansa, similarly, the Lord in the home of Yashoda Maya and Nand Baba, she gave birth to twins. One was the Lord himself, Lord Shri Krishna, and a daughter. And he was none other than the Brajesh Nandan, and as Vasudevji was under the spell of the external potency of the Lord, that is Maya, he couldn't see Krishna and he took the daughter with her. So now Yashoda Maya had two sons rather than a girl and a boy, as she had her own son and the other son which was bought by Vasudevji. So now these two combined. So the Yuga Avatar and the Lord himself, they united. And then the pastimes that were performed in Braj were performed by them in union. That is the secret of the scriptures. So here it is mentioned, Kridantam Antarvrajam. So he was playing inside Vraja, Swam Atmajam, that is the son of Yashoda Maya, and that Krishna was playing with the children of his age. And how was he playing? The Govind TV has done it perfectly. So he was playing like this. So with the children of cowherds, cowherd men, and of the same age group, he was playing. And at that time, Mother Yashoda, it is said in the second line, Premna, with love, Prajuhava, she called him with love or in loving tone. So he was engrossed in playing and he has forgotten to eat and drink. So Mother Yashoda came and addressed him with love, and Bilvamangal Thakur was asked while he was playing, how did she address him or called him?
Dharmadhaveti Premana Yashoda Prajuhava Krishnam Premana Yashoda Prajuhava Krishnam Govinda Damo Dharmadhaveti Govinda Damo Dharmadhaveti. इस प्रकार
So in this manner, Shri Bilvamangal Thakur has recited this. We have discussed the 11 verses of Govind Damodar. So we will start from the 12th verse tomorrow, and we will listen to the pastimes or biography of Bilvamangal Thakur. So you all have been listening with so much patience and love. I'm really thankful to all of you. I especially want to extend my gratitude to the family of Vijay Krishna Mata, in whose memory this Bhagvat Katha has been organized. The organizers, Nikunj Gopika Mata, Vineet and Shalini ji, and by their contribution, we have been able to listen to this beautiful Katha. So let's conclude the session with Jai today's session of the 4th day.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, श्री गोविंद दामोदर